In a land of sunshine where the palm trees sway, there's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene. The desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
Mutual Broadcasting welcomes you to the Desert Scene, featuring conversations with the people who make culture, art, and entertainment happen in the Coachella Valley. From local theater to live music, art exhibits to cinema and beyond. The Desert Scene is presented by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. Now, here is your host, Bonnie G.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. So happy to have you here, and very happy to welcome to the show Terry Ray, who is the managing director of the Bent Theater Company over at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. Hey, Terry, how are you?
Hey, Bonnie, I'm great.
Yeah, I know you've got an exciting season coming up, so tell us a little bit about. And by the way, we can use the real title of your first play.
Really? Oh my
yes.
gosh! It's the first time we've everybody to say it. So if you're sensitive, cover your ears for 1 second. The first play is called. Ready?
Yeah.
Fucking Men.
Okay.
Okay, so it is quite the title, but this play is really well written. It's a really terrific play, and actually the playwright was like, this is so out there and so wild, and that I'm going to just call it that because no one's ever going to produce it. And then it got produced, and then there's a revival of it. It's really popular in London right now, and it's a strong play with like very important, relevant themes to gay men about all the current issues. And yeah, it's sexy, and yeah, there's a little bit of nudity going on. Well, maybe more than a little, but it's good. It's very good.
So is it all funny? Is it kind of like vignettes, or is there a real storyline that goes through it?
Oh, it's really interesting. There's a classic play which I can't. La Ronde is what it's called, where the scene is like, for example, character A has a scene with character B, then the next scene is B with C, C with D, and it goes through for 10 characters, and it comes in, and you get a complete story. But each character only has 2 scenes in a row.
Okay, I love that.
It's really an interesting structure and a very cool play. When Steve first told me, I'm like, what? And then I read it and I was like, this is really good. Mm-hmm. So I think people will like it.
So, are you directing this one?
No, I'm one of the actors. I'm the old guy, and I'm like, Steve, do I have to be naked? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. So I haven't eaten since July. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in a much better mood than I would be if I hadn't eaten since July. I'd be a little crankier.
I'm in the acceptance phase. Let's just say that. There was some cranky.
Okay. All right. So now you're just rolling with it. Okay. So that opens October 11th, runs till the 27th. Yeah. And that sounds great, but I'm really interested in this. You're having Academy Award and Golden Globe nominated actress Cathy Moriarty coming to do John Logan's one-woman play, I'll Eat You Last. Tell us about that.
We are so thrilled. So this is a real star turn of a play. Bette Midler did it on Broadway. It's about real life 1970s, 1980s super agent Sue Mengers, who had the pulse and everything. So this play is her dishing the Hollywood stories. She had these crazy parties and waiting for Barbra Streisand to fire her. That's what the play is about. She's sitting on her sofa telling stories, waiting for Streisand to fire her. And you have to have a tour de force actress. And
yes.
we really thought, okay, we're going to go for it. We're going to see if we can get somebody amazing. Mm-hmm. And the first person we went after was Cathy Moriarty. She just kind of seemed right to us, and she was a great big yes. And we're just so thrilled to have her. She was actually a client of Sue Mengers, and she said to us, I would never have had the balls to take this on if I didn't know Sue Mengers, and I felt like I have a handle on it. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be amazing. It's a very funny play by John Logan, who has written a lot of plays. He wrote the book to Moulin Rouge, and he wrote the Skyfall James Bond film. He's written Aviator, the movie. I mean, he's a big time writer.
Wow.
he is going to come if his schedule allows. I know him, and he's like, I want to come. It's just I don't know my schedule, so I can't commit yet. So, and then Cathy's like, she's mentioning Hollywood friends that are coming, so it's going to be quite this spectacle.
That's so exciting. Yeah, she's fabulous. She's just fabulous. So the story now. Did John know Sue also?
I don't know the answer to that. So I have never gotten to ask him about the play, and it's such an interesting thing to write about.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. Because he's not that old, and but maybe.
And
I just think it's an interesting topic to ask him about.
She's passed away, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so was she? I'm sure it's very, very funny. But was she kind of difficult as well? Did she have a reputation for being difficult?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But maybe because she was a woman. But she was a groundbreaker, because I think she was the most powerful female agent
at the time. Yeah.
Ever to that point.
Yeah.
So. So she's a really interesting character, and she had a lot of flaws, but she made deals for her people.
Yeah. Did Barbra Streisand ultimately fire her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. All right, we're gonna take a really quick break here on the Desert Scene, talking to Terry Ray, managing director of the Bent Theater Company on the Desert Scene. We'll be right back.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lupercio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings, and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on De Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back with Terry Ray. So I've got a great season coming up. Just talked about Cathy Moriarty and I'll Eat You Last. Now, also, later on in the season, you're going to do some fun Christmas stuff. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we've never done a Christmas show. I mean, we're doing an original, really campy, fun Christmas musical variety show. It's called Skippy and Bitsy's All-Star Christmas TV Extravaganza, and it's a 1969 taping is the premise. We're taping a Christmas special, and the audience is the studio audience, and it's really very fun. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be something I think people will want to. We'll write a new show every year, but I think we'll use this premise and these characters. Mm-hmm. But both myself and Miss Jane Guy, who is a tap dance teacher out here in the Valley, a lot of people know her from that. She and I were alumni of Fruitcake Follies in L.A. for years. Fruitcake Follies is like this really cult hit Christmas show that's been going on for 25 years, and every year it's a different show. But we have learned the craft of campy Christmas, and so we're excited to share it here in Palm Springs.
So talk a little bit about now. How many years now? How many seasons has the Bent been running at this point?
We're not 2 years old, but we're in our 3rd season. Okay.
And so far, have you been able to do what you've wanted to do so far as productions and the things that you had on the back burner in your mind? Gee, I'd like to do that. Has it played out so far kind of the way you wanted it to?
Well, it's been kind of, the whole thing has been a miracle, because we just started with nothing, you know, and so we didn't have the money to pay for rights for a play. We didn't have a mailing list. We didn't have anything. So we opened with $4.95 in the bank, and with a play that I wrote, so that we could, you know, if we had to screw over a playwright, it was going to be me. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And so now we are at the place, this season, we're at the place where we can really, think about bringing in extra things like a Christmas show, and we're going to have some other special events coming in, and to bring in a star for the Valley, which we think is really something super special, to be able to do that. And, you know, it's a big gamble for us. We're so new, but the dollars are working out, the budget for that show. So it's like, okay, if we can pull it off, let's try it. So.
What do you think? Because I've been in this valley a long time, 5 years or whatever it's been, and I've seen some folks try to start theater companies and fail. I've seen some start and succeed wildly. CV Rep, Desart. What do you think is the key? Why do some fail and some not?
Well, I don't know if I can speak about anybody else, but we were inspired to start this when Desert Rose closed because we thought Palm Springs cannot be without a gay theater.
Right.
We just can't.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of our success is that we are definitely feeling a need. We're telling LGBTQ plus stories, which need to be told especially in this community. So I feel like that has been a huge part. We have a reason to exist. It was a reason to start this up. And I think that's part of our success.
So, all right, let's get this out there. If somebody wants to find out more about shows coming up this season, buy tickets, etc., where would they go? What would they do? We have a website or a phone number?
Yeah, the website, thebent.org.
That's easy. Thebent.org.
Yep.
Okay, and that's where they'd buy tickets. And also, are you in need of volunteers? Because I know a lot of times theater companies can't really get along without volunteers helping out here and there.
We're always interested in that. And so if you are interested in volunteering, there's a place to send us a message on the website. Send us a message saying, I want to volunteer, or I want to know about auditions, or all that stuff. And you can sign up for our mailing list, and we're always really good about sending out news of what's happening and things like that if you get on our mailing list. And I just want to say, a lot of people are like, why is this thing called The Bent? And I get that question all the time.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to answer that really quickly. Because
sure, of course.
If you're not straight, you're bent. So that's where the title comes from, because people are like, why are we calling this The Bent?
Yeah.
That's the reason.
I kind of sort of figured that. It's
most people do, but I get asked that so many times. I thought, well, I should just say it.
Yeah, absolutely. And in a given season, how often do you perform in the productions? Do you like to do, or do you like sometimes to be in the background behind the scenes? Or do you, like half and half? Or what's your feeling usually going into a season, RE, how much you're going to be on stage?
Well, I am an actor. That's my thing, and I'm an actor and a writer. So if there's a good role that's right for me, then I'm like, Steve, this one's right for me, and he knows that. So he's like, I think he picks them out. So I certainly don't want to be in every play. I don't think that's cool. But in this season, I'm in 2 supporting roles and just 1 lead role.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I feel like if I'm right for it, I'm cleaning the toilets.
Yeah.
And when I have the time on stage.
Yeah, jack of all trades. All right, well, Terry Ray, thank you so much. Congratulations on going into your 3rd season. The Bent's doing really well, and some interesting stuff coming up this season. Terry Ray, Managing Director of the Bent Theater Company, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Bonnie. Really appreciate talking to you.
All right, and the rest of you, we'll see you next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The Desert Scene, yeah, with Bonnie G. The Desert Scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.